Soundstripe.
Gonna get a lot of dough. Anything is possible. Turn me up in the headphone.
Soundstripe.
Yeah. Grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of goals. Stack that bread and by my nose. Anything is possible. Yeah. Grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible.
Welcome back.
Woo!
Fortune favors the ball.
Week
Luke
14.
took a week off. We had a good
back.
Thanksgiving. Hope everybody
Yeah.
had a great Thanksgiving. Good week of football. And a very important week of football
Wow.
for
It's set up for
a
a,
little over half the league.
it's set up for a wow, what a finale. You know what I mean? Like this week is going to be crazy.
So we're starting off. We have 3 teams that are mathematically eliminated.
Yes. Is that really only 3 teams?
So me, my
Jamike.
team, Cody's team, and Jamike's team.
Dan's
Dan
still
is
in it?
1%, and I believe, or like around 1%, and then Wirt is like 7%. So they have to have a lot happen. And I believe are there 3 that are.
Paul said make it a kid-friendly show tonight. We will do our best. But we do have a PG-13 tag
Yes.
on this thing.
Yes. And I believe there are 3. Yeah, there are 3 teams that have clinched the playoffs, but no buys yet.
No buys have been clinched.
Paul, I think if Paul wins, he gets the bye.
If Sean wins, he gets a bye.
If he keeps the points, because
Sean and Colby have the same.
If Sean and Paul win, yes, they both get the bye.
If Sean lost, Colby won.
It depends on points. Same thing with Paul. If Paul lost,
let's
it depends
look
on
at that.
points.
I'll look at that real quick.
I think Paul should be fine. I think he's up by a decent amount, so
Yeah.
Paul should have the bye.
So is Paul leader in points for right now? So for the points for, let's look at that. We're just doing a little recap for the league or what's
If Paul wins, if Paul, even if Paul loses,
Paul
he's got so.
loses.
No,
I mean,
they're
it's
still
a
within
chance.
points
Paul
for-
wins.
yeah.
He's definitely in. I mean, the Sean and Colby thing's close. I mean, the
They
points.
both have to win, or like winning doesn't necessarily get
It's
them
who
in.
wins by the most.
It's who wins by the most. Yes.
Yep.
So to get the bye, the
Okay.
very coveted bye.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the bye is huge.
Yeah. All right. So
All right.
that's good. So we'll get right into matchups first. I know we're a little behind on the chug still. I believe.
Yeah,
you
that's on me.
and Jamike
Jamike.
still. So
Jamike.
we'll just kind of hold off. We'll skip these. I don't
Yeah.
think they really should be
Who
counting
was
anymore.
this past week? Oh wait, was Jamike this past week?
Yes, it was Jamike this past
So
week.
it's Jamike's missed 2. I've missed 1.
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll get into matchups first. We'll run through this pretty quick, especially the ones that don't matter, like mine.
Yeah.
And sorry.
What's the record?
Okay, so I went 5-1 this
good week.
past time. You went 3-3. America went 2-4. So I have jumped back to even.
But-
you're still 42-30. So I don't think
Pretty good
there's a
record by
chance. But yeah, America's 35-25. So pretty good shot. All right, so real quick, run through these games. Emily, these games didn't matter here. Of course, I'm going to take me. Cody
Yeah.
has everybody on bye.
Cody won't even change his starters out, so I'm gonna go Trin.
Yeah.
Next one.
Which I have a terrible. I'm starting Blake Corum. That's all. That's
yeah.
also sad.
This
but,
is a big matchup.
But
I
no,
mean,
this is a big one.
So let's talk about a little bit about playoffs. So if I win, I'm in. I've got enough points
Yes.
that it doesn't matter. If I win, I'm in. If I lose, that's where things get tricky.
Yes.
And good Lord, I play Colby, who's got a good team, who traded guys away that was going to be on bye week 14. I mean, it's just
He made some good moves.
Colby's team. I mean, it's going to be a good game.
and you losing McCaffrey,
Dude,
it's
my
just-
schedule, my end of season schedule, I had 3 playoff teams: Jared, Paul, and Colby in my 3. If I please, good God, give me give me Dan, give me John Mike, give me,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, give me a softball.
I appreciate you don't say
You're
me.
welcome. We all know who else I would have said. You know what I mean? Like, give me a softball, give me another win, and I was gonna be automatically in.
I will say points against champ right now though, so like we'll take that into
Okay,
consideration.
that we do take that into consideration.
Yeah, of
Trent's had a tough schedule. How much? Yeah,
It's not by much,
but
but
it's the most.
it's the most. So if Cody spanks me this week, I obviously I don't care either way. Like I like to win just because it's winning.
Yeah,
I like
it's
winning.
winning. Yeah.
But if I lose, I hope it's by a lot, and I want to take that points against
Yeah.
and run. But this is a big matchup here. Yeah, you definitely need the win. I don't that you can't get the bye, right?
No, I'm out.
You
of the
are
bye.
out of the bye. So you're just trying to make playoffs.
Yep.
Colby obviously is going to try because he wants to, of course,
He wants to keep me out. I think everybody knows
he
my
wants
team.
to keep you out.
Even
But
when,
he wants to buy as well.
even
so
with no Christian McCaffrey, people are still like, dang, Lou's still got a good team.
I think you take this one.
It's going to be close. I'm
I
going to
think
take
it'll
myself.
be really close though. All right. Without McCaffrey, that is going to be not fun. All right, next one. This one is obviously it'll eliminate one of them. I think they're both
doesn't.
out.
The only way, okay, so Wirt can make it in if me, Jared, and JT lose, and he outscores me by 100 points.
Yeah.
So he loses. I mean, everybody loses, and his team just goes bonkers. And puts up 200 plus points and outscores me by 100.
Yeah.
And Wirt is in.
Yeah.
So not impossible.
Give me Dan.
Really dang close. Yeah. I'm gonna take Wirt. But
Okay.
all right.
All right, Dan, you're up on this one. All right, next one we got Jamike and Sean. Sean with the
Sean. Doesn't matter. Jamike.
All right, so I did some research here because
Mm-hmm.
we try to give everybody the facts. If Jamike loses, this would be the worst season in league history.
Wow. What if he won?
If he won, it would be tied.
With who?
Eli had a 2.
Eli had a 2.
He had a 2-win season. Now I think there were less. Because the NFL moved to 17 games a season. Eli was 2 and 10, I believe. No, 2 and
So technically,
percentage wise, it would be worse.
well, was our regular season 14 games back then, or was it 13 games? Because it may not affect.
It was one less, whatever it was.
Oh, our regular season was one less
yeah,
week.
because it was one less.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So technically, this still would be the worst season.
No
Because
matter
Jamike would have
The
a
lowest.
lower. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Jamike, you've had a rough go.
Yeah. I had high expectations for Jamike this year, just as it's Jamike. Like he knows fantasy and really let the league down. Anyways.
Yeah. So, but I got Sean on this one. I think he's gonna outright clinch the worst season in league history with the win against Jamike.
Yeah.
And of course, Sean needs this win as well.
Yeah. He wants to buy.
Yeah.
So I think Sean's gonna win. He's got an easy matchup.
Yeah. All right. Next one we got. This is probably my
Is this your game of the week?
the game of the week
Yeah.
because this one means the most.
It just I want to make this my game of the week, and then I go and look at Cole's team, and I'm like, Cole's got 0 shot at winning this game.
Yeah.
Derrick
Cole-
Henry on bye, Jonathan Taylor on bye, no chance. Jared's doesn't really have anybody on bye.
But these two teams both need it the most. And
Yeah.
like for Cole to be 8-5, like he's sitting like if he was 7-6, obviously like it would be like I would say no shot.
Yeah.
But like 8-5, he's got a game cushion, but there's 6 spots and it's like he's right there still on the cusp. Like with all these teams potentially winning. I mean I got Jared on this one of course,
I've got Jared on this one.
but it's going to be an interesting dynamic. All right, I should have done the playoff like show the race.
chart. Yeah. This is
Another big one here.
Thanks.
Again, Paul is the outright leader right now, so he's not letting up. He's going to be gunning for that.
Mm-hmm. He wants that. He wants the buy.
He wants the buy. So JT boy, unfortunately, he's got. I mean, everybody. This is Buymageddon. I know I think week
He's got
10 or 12 was.
I mean, just off the top of my head, he's got Nico Collins and another big player off.
I know. I mean, Kenneth Walker's questionable. I know that.
Yeah, and who's got his backup? Paul Zach Charbonnet.
Yeah, who's been playing a lot more.
So
anyway.
that'd be rough one.
Yeah.
That'd be a rough one for JT. I'm gonna take Paul here.
Yeah.
JT could pull it out.
He needs this one. He's got to
if
have it.
JT doesn't win, he's out.
Is he? Okay.
He's out.
Okay.
If he does not win, he's out.
Yeah. So,
Because me and him have the same record, and I have more points.
and he's the 6th spot.
the 6th spot.
Yeah.
So JT is out with a loss.
Okay. Well,
Wait, no, he's the 7th spot right now, right? Because I'd be the 6th spot. Let me make sure.
is Jared the 7th spot? I think he's got more points than
Oh,
Jared.
Jared has the 7th spot.
I
Yeah.
think he's got more points than Jared.
So I guess technically,
If Jared loses,
if Jared loses,
who's Jared playing again?
Cole, but he's not losing.
That's right.
Jared ain't losing. So Cole, I hate that for JT.
Because Cole is making
Cole's in. Well,
No,
no,
he's not. He ain't
he's
clinched.
not in if JT doesn't. If JT loses, Cole's in. If JT wins, I win.
Yeah, because it's just record.
It's just
Cole's
record.
got the 1 point or
Cole's
the
got
one
the
game
win.
cushion. Yeah, you're right. So JT's got to win this.
JT's got to win.
All right, big game. Paul's team this year. I mean, 10-3. You can't argue with that. With the running back display
Here's the
he's
thing.
put on.
Paul's projected to win and he doesn't even have a kicker in yet.
Yeah, I pulled these around 2:00 today.
He's not gonna put it. Yeah, so
give me Paul.
Give me Paul.
All right, well that is it for matchups there. Sean, I appreciate. Yeah, I always like to try to sprinkle a little knowledge in there. But all right, so real quick, we got to try to do a little quicker show. We got a great
Long.
It's a little long, but we might speed it up a little bit. But a fantastic tier list, of course, from Jared.
Yeah.
He did have help. You will hear Cody in the background as well.
Okay.
I think I joined in a little bit. But,
you come in?
Well, I thought we were gaming.
Oh.
And they were just recording that. So like I say something and then I just back out.
Okay.
It's not my place.
Okay.
But yeah, we will. So we'll get right into that. And
What's Sean's last comment?
it pains me to greatly see Brown and Rice on Paul's team.
Yeah.
Brown and Rico Dowdle.
Rico dang! Sean traded both those guys away.
That is tough.
That's a tough look.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot he traded Rico Dowdle.
Yeah, I did too.
So we'll get into this.
Paul got him for nickels.
Yeah, he did. You think he's gonna keep him? Was he drafted? Yeah.
No, because the Cowboys are gonna go get a running back.
Yeah, they should. All right.
All right, on the live friendly show, we really don't know what Jared's bringing to the table, so this is where maybe where it gets PG-13, boys.
Yeah.
It's that time of the week. Got a fresh tier list coming at you for the league, for the pod. And this week, we're going to be ranking everybody on their
I
leadership.
hope Josh Jacobs doesn't go off on
ability
me.
to be like the president, to hold a position of power. This is more of like a democratically elected type of position, where you actually have to, hear people out and collaborate a little bit more. It's definitely not like a dictatorship type of thing, which could change some things. So a little bit of detail in how I ranked everybody. I had two people help me make their own separate list. They can reveal themselves as they want. I did it this way, I'm about to explain, and they had the option to do it this way as well, and I think at least one of them did. But I ranked everybody in 5 categories, okay? So I'll go over that in just a second. It was a 5-point Likert scale. So basically it's like how likely are they to embody that that trait on a 1 to 5 scale, with 5 being, embodies it like the most you could, and 1 being not at all. And how, frequently, how likely they are, etc. Those 5 categories are 1, honesty, integrity, and self-awareness. Okay, 2 is communication skills and the ability to connect with others, like, being social. That's important as a democratically elected leader, being able to collaborate, etc. 3, you got to be able to make good and quick decisions. What up, Chodes? Welcome to the pod, baby.
Hey. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, if you're joining in like you are, we just got started. We're talking about the parameters and how we ranked everybody. So 3,
I'm gonna shake my protein.
That's cool. Ability to make good, quick decisions. So not just quick, not just good. You gotta have quick with good. So it kind of all comes together. And then 4 is the ability to be resilient, strong, and adapt to adversity. So when things don't go your way, you can adjust to them, as any good leader should. And number 5 is having empathy and emotional intelligence of themselves and others. So you can't just be like a pawn in someone's game. That's part of that. Being able to understand where people are coming from, etc. So again, ranked them on a 1 to 5 scale. I literally made a list of all those areas. Now I will say on the integrity scale, it's hard to know someone's integrity when they're not in that position of power. So for that one, I didn't deviate too much. Plus, I don't think anybody in our league is just a shithead with no integrity. So most people were average-ish up to people I knew. So that's where the least amount of difference was. Okay, so let's go ahead. Now that we know kind of the areas we're ranking on that 1 to 5 scale. Let's see if I'm missing anything. On the tier list, it's A. I got an upper B and a lower B. I'll explain why I did that a little bit later. I got C. That's supposed to be E. Ooh, that's supposed to be D. E. Okay, there we go. It's fixed. All right, what's up, Trenton?
What up?
All right, I'm doing the pod right now. I'm doing my thing, so I'm gonna need another 5 or 10. Sorry about that.
Oh, you good? You
A
good?
little bit of Apex, but you get to hear it early. You get to double tap it.
Oh,
Cody, you still here?
yes, I am.
All right, so what I'm going to need Cody to do is to randomly select one of the players in the league, and I'm going to go ahead and rank them. And the only other thing that I want to add is, out of those 2 people who helped me, I used what they said and their data and added to mine. It didn't change anybody more than 1 up or 1 down, though. And then also would like to read what one of the 2 people sent me, and they can reveal themselves if they want, like what their comments. And again, I may not have changed exactly to how that person ranked them, but I did consider it. All right, Cody, what you got, baby? Give me somebody.
All right, straight off the dome, that would be Dan.
All right. So for Dan, where's that son of a gun? I got Dan in the D tier, and I'm just gonna read what my trusty helper put for old Dan. Ultimate hype man. Everyone wants him around. He definitely is a morale boost. I think he would be a hard worker and is certainly empathetic. Problem with Dan is I think he is self-aware, knows his role, and knows he shines in the hype man role. Not going to try to lead. Potentially could be a good leader, but would need to increase his communication and integrity. Probably not the toughest in some situations as a solo, but still think he brings the group together in hard times, so everyone wants him on the team. Great dap up. So yeah, I didn't just think outstand as an outstanding leader. Any comment on that, Cody, Trenton?
I can see what you're saying, and I have that same thought on a couple other people that they just naturally wouldn't step into that leadership role. I don't remember where I ranked Dan, but I think it was higher than that. And I base this off of my low score, but I think Dan is more of a soldier.
So yeah, all right, fair enough. Who else you got? We're gonna try to make this one like the last one. I like the pace of the last one. It was like 15 minutes. That's a sweet spot.
Okay. Just shoot him out there, JT boy.
Okay. JT boy. JT boy. I got JT.
I will say,
Huh?
I don't know if this feedback will be on the pod, but I'm hearing some fuzziness.
I checked it, and what's up? Yeah, I'm filming right now. Okay. All right. And JT boy, I got in the A tier. I got JT boy up there. I think he's got high integrity. I think he's got good leadership skills. Let me read this little spiel about what one of my helpers said. I think this is a really good list. So JT boy possesses high integrity and has a natural aura to him that most people respect. I also think he is a lead by example guy and shows empathy in most cases. JT boy doesn't like to upset people and can potentially be persuaded in how he gets things done due to that. However, the end result is usually still the right thing. Admits mistakes, communication can improve, jumbles words together at times, but when he speaks clearly, everyone is on the same page. Thoughts, Cody?
Yeah, very strong leader. He was a great head of summer staff. I think that you're right. He does have like a overall aura about him. A very natural blue aura, which is an inviting aura. But yes, great leader overall.
All right, who else you got?
Let's go with Sean.
All right, for Sean, this is a controversial one. So one of the people I consulted.
Hey, before we do Sean, I'm muting real quick. So sorry, I won't be fielding any questions. So I'm just letting you know.
You're good.
All right, baby boy.
One of my people had Sean low. One of them had him mid. I struggle with Sean's placement a little bit. I had him a little higher than what this is going to say. So for me,
are you not telling who your helpers are?
I can. It was.
No.
Did you think I should tell them both? I just figured. I mean, they already know it's you. One of them's you. And I just didn't know if the other person wanted to get out this information when I'm reading out, because some of it's just honest.
Maybe just keep that a secret.
All right. So for Sean, I had Sean.
I think I had Sean high.
Yep. And I had Sean higher than this other person at a low B spot. And once the tier list fills out a little bit, the upper B and lower B, I think will make a little more sense if I can explain it. Again, there is a number assigned to each of these people from 25 because it's a 5-point scale out of 5 categories. So I try to be very objective about it, but I did make a few tweaks outside of the numbers. So let me read what this person, the GOAT of information, said about Sean real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So Sean,
did this person rank him high?
No, relatively low. Not like low. High self-awareness and mostly adaptable. Pretty good communicator he wants to be. Doesn't always take initiative and on problems, but when he does, he usually gets them resolved. Above average adaptability, has been known to let people know when they are wrong. I think that's definitely true. Shows empathy in most cases and will surprise you with some of the things he cares about. Cares a lot about what others think of him and not sure he could make the tough choices if prompted. Great guy to be around and hang out with. Loved by most. Chooses not to lead in most cases. I do think that is Sean. I mean, for the most part.
But I know him as a leader. Like at work, he is in charge of a whole team.
Yeah.
I naturally respond well to Sean. If Sean says something, I usually listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
It affects how I think about something, which I think is a leadership, like a quality.
Yeah.
So I ranked him pretty high.
Yeah, and that's why I kind of, I took everything in consideration, but that's why I have him pretty high. I mean, I think, Sean is a leader at work. I've been told he's Dan's like daddy, and 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 Sean's smart, and I think this person who said this, like, when Sean interjects, like, usually it's a pretty good point. Like, he makes a
Yeah.
point, he has facts behind it. He's a very logical guy.
Mhm.
Maybe not the best communicator in some of the other categories, but he's definitely hitting high in some categories. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Who else you got?
Let's see here, Jamike.
All right, Jamike. Now, a lot of people had Jamike low, and
I had Jamike low.
you had Jamike low. This person, the other person here, definitely had Jamike very low. I struggled with Jamike's placement a little bit, and I took into the consideration of the other people, but I ended up putting Jamike also in the low B tier. I think he has good integrity.
Mhm.
I
Which brings him up.
It brings him up. I think he's honest. He's definitely not like a power hungry type guy. I think, again,
Yep.
integrity's there, communication decent. I think decision making would be a little lower on his side. I think he would try to appease a lot. Like, wouldn't want to ever be perceived as being the bad guy. And sometimes when you're a leader, you got to be perceived as being the bad guy, even though you're doing what's best, or what you think is at least best for everyone. So this person said, leadership potential is in there, has high morals and integrity, very self-aware, slow to anger, quick to think, just doesn't communicate his opinions until it's a little too late. Too soft-spoken, and when he walks in a room, people don't automatically respect him. To those who know him closely, everyone loves him and would trust him to be a leader. Biggest fault would be he may have too much empathy, and in tough situations may take too long and get everyone in trouble. Someone you want on your team, but not the star player. I think that pretty much sums it up. Any comments on that, Cody?
Again, if Jared is reading a paragraph, it is not me. I did not say that. Jamike, I just don't see him wanting to be a leader, and I think that's why I ranked him low. I think he is a very honorable person. I love Jamike. I think he is I think he has qualities of a leader. I just don't think he would want that role, similar to Dan type.
And this wasn't said earlier specifically. This isn't like, oh, this person like, it's not a want thing. Like, this person is the president. This person is your leader. How good a job would they do? And I didn't tell Cody that going in. I'm not sure if I told the other person that either, but I was just kind of under the assumption, like, they're in that role. Like, they can't leave.
But let's say
job.
Jamike's the vice president and the president dies. Jamike does not want to be the president of the United States.
And I get what you're saying. That could definitely play a role. Like, if you're there and you're still not doing your necessary duties because you don't want to be there, that would obviously make you a bad leader. Yeah, but yeah, that's another. You just have to get in the parameters of the whole tier. All right, who else you got?
Man, I forget who's in the league. Wirt.
All right, Wirt. Wirt was also one of the most controversial ones. A lot of people had Wirt real low. I ended up putting Wirt in the lower B side.
Okay.
So let me read off what this person said, because this helps me be a little unbiased as well. Wirt, I think he's a quick thinker and witty, but too often puts himself above others. More times than not, he makes the right choice, but does have some questionable calls in there. Loud, oftentimes too loud, and comes across aggressive. Means well and is also loyal. Shows ability to compromise, will admit his mistakes, that is true, but usually only once everyone already else knows he is wrong. Smart and knows a lot of information, is helpful to those who don't know as much. He is very helpful for that. Has leadership abilities, but not as much as the others. So, I mean, I think a lot of the words aggressive things when we're in groups like that, it's like a show.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, so I don't know about that quite as much. I really don't think he's super aggressive or a loud person. I think when he's loud, it's because he's comfortable with the group and he's putting on a show. But I mean, I think Wirt could be a good leader. I mean, he can't be president because he's not born here, so that's why I had him low. Jokes, but yeah, I mean, I think he's just lower B. I think that's right where he should be. Again, a lot of people had him lower, but that's what I think. Any comments on that, Cody?
I think Wirt is a great. I think he could be a great leader just because of he could want to be, and he would rise to that role. That's pretty much it. I don't think he'd be a bad leader.
All right, who you got? Who else?
Let's do Paul.
All right, Paul. Moderately controversial. Cody and my other helper had Paul upper, higher. I had him more mid. I took their feedback. And I put Paul in the upper B tier. So this is why I created it. I just thought I had everybody in like a B, and then it just wasn't adding up. Like what they were saying and what I was saying made me put Paul one. Had to put him one up. The numbers just weren't looking exactly how I wanted them to look, and I thought just objectively this was the better way to do it. And Paul's been a leader. You know, Paul's on summer staff. He was the head of summer staff rather, and has great integrity. Some of where I had him maybe just slightly lower, some of the decision making. I think similar to Mike, he might be afraid to make people mad, and that goes into decision making. Like if you're not able or willing to make those hard decisions because they might piss somebody off or they might not be just the textbook perfect morale thing to do. Like life's not black and white, you know, there's a lot of gray in there, so those tough decisions are, I think, might limit him a little bit. But let's see what this says. Paul has high integrity and good communication skills, can actively communicate well with different types of individuals, poses sympathy and leads by example, typically makes the right decision, not easily persuaded. And again, these are not my words. While Paul usually makes the right decision, he isn't the fast decision maker, lacks ability to make the hard call if it jeopardizes someone else. Okay, would rather himself take the brunt of the punishment. And honestly, that could go into him being a good leader as well. There's just a fine line, right? Thoughts on that, Cody?
You know, I want to touch on this. I feel like there should have been like maybe a sixth category that wasn't swayed as strongly. Looks. Paul looks like a leader.
Yeah, he does. I mean,
like
look at his neck. Look at all the leaders right now. Look at their neck. They're so thick.
Yeah.
You're not getting through that. You're not getting into that noggin with that big old
like
head and that neck.
You're not. You don't. Paul, JT Boy, even Wirt, they all have like an appearance. Like you don't want to argue with them. They make you feel like they are right, and like you kind of lean into that.
I want a correlation. I want to study on the correlation between neck width and leadership skills. We're not going to do that. All right, who else you got?
Sorry, I had it up. No. Who have I not said? Cole. Let's talk about Cole.
All right, Cole. I had in the D spot. In the D spot with Dirty D. Now, this person who helped me, this might give away a little information on him, but they don't know Cole as well. They kind of put him out there. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Cole. I think Cole is very passionate, and I think Cole is very smart. I think Cole can be very biased and not see that. So his self-awareness in a lot of situations is low. Most of the time Cole is right, but I think Cole would let his biases sometimes take over the truth and like the meeting someone halfway. You know, like if you're the president, like you got to meet somebody halfway. Like rarely do you have control of all the forms of government, all the House, branch, all the branches, whatever, to be able to pass legislation, stuff like that. So I just feel like Cole would not be willing to compromise, see the other side's point of view. Open-mindedness is decent, but at times it lacks for sure. And I think you could argue some of that on like the other side is there too. Like on the, even in some of the lower B's that I have and some of the C's, like they're smart, but they just might be a little too biased in my opinion. And we're all biased, just to put that out there, but I think some is more obvious than others. Thoughts on Cole being in D?
I could see him being a little higher. I don't know. He's got that thick neck too.
He's got a thick neck, and that's not so. I don't know. The math ain't mathing right now.
Like if you went up to Cole and Cole like told you to do something, you're probably gonna do it.
Yeah, I mean Cole's a big guy. I mean that's part of the thing. There's some physical. Like this is Kangas Khan. If this is 2,000 years ago, Cole would be an A tier.
He's handsome. He's wearing a tux, and you're like wearing something else, and he's like, "Hey, go get me a coffee." You're like, oh, "Shit, all right."
What are you gonna do when James Bond is coming up to you, saying he's your daddy? Like,
that's a leader. Yep. You know what I mean?
All right, who else you got?
All right, so we've done JT. Let's do Luke.
All right, Luke. Most people had Luke at least middle.
Whoa.
You had him
I'm
low?
just kidding. I'm just joking.
I thought you and this other person had him pretty medium. No, the other person had him pretty high.
I had him high.
Yeah.
I had him high.
Okay, I had Luke really high. I think Luke's smart. I think he's I think Luke wouldn't ask you to do something he wouldn't do, like most of these other leaders. I don't know if Luke has as much drive as some of these other leaders.
He's more of like he's more of like a background leader. Like he's getting shit done in the shadows.
Yeah, I think I think Luke is more likely to make a decision that's better for the group that might hurt people's feelings than like Paul would be. And even JT. So
like the Hawaii trip.
Yeah, the Hawaii trip.
Yeah, fuck you, Luke.
I don't know what he's talking about there, but another high integrity guy. It must be a center thing. Luke goes above and beyond in making sure others are included and taken care of. Also shows the ability to lead by example and take the brunt if needed. A little too good at lying, so slightly less trustworthy. That being said, he is less of a communicator as he is a little more quiet in the big moments. Maybe he is listening and thinking things over, but his opinion is harder to get over some things. Makes the right decisions most of the time, but a little less likely than A tier is what this person had. So borderline A tier. But I pushed him up. I just that was a 1 tier difference. I think Luke's smart. I think he's good at strategy. I think if he put his mind to it, he would be fair, and I think he'd be a good leader. Thoughts? I'm not sure.
If you've ever watched Hunter x Hunter, Luke is Pariston Hill. He is the rat. He's the leader of the Zodiacs. That's all I got to say about that. Luke would be a wonderful leader.
I got to speed this up. This will not be 15 minutes. It's going to be about 20 something.
Dumb hoe. You got to edit some of this stuff out.
I'll get you to edit it.
Cold beer.
All right, cold beer. I got him.
Jampers.
He's down low. I got cold beer. I got him down there. I think. I don't know what I think Colby has great integrity. I think.
He's gonna hear my laugh too hard.
I think Colby's got great integrity. I just don't know if the decision making is there. I don't know if the communication's there. Emotional awareness is there. But love him to death.
Just an emotional guy.
Cold beer. Too prone to injury to lead. Can't lead from the sidelines. I think he has high integrity and morals, but maybe not the most self-aware. Communication skills could be better, but he does usually make the right choices. I think he makes those choices fast, but it is sometimes too worried to voice them. Let's see. He said, when he is right, I misread. He has been known to quickly speak before thinking things through. When he is wrong, can be persuaded easily by others, especially if someone by someone with a high aura or that is charismatic. So that's good. Let's go ahead and move on.
All right.
Hate us. We love you, Colby.
I was going to end on me and you. Do you want to talk about Eli? I know that we normally bring him up.
Yes. Honestly, I'm just going to call you out on this one. I basically went by what you said, and I forgot to add him to my final list.
Okay.
So
I had him pretty mid.
Yeah, you had him pretty mid.
I feel like Eli does that thing where he's like, I'm right, and it could be the most wrong thing, and he just sticks. He's like, no.
Yeah.
This. So he could
low B and C, lower B and C. What you think, Cody? I feel like he's right in the middle.
Low B, because I think he does have really good quality. He's got a thick ass neck.
He's got a thick neck.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm not saying no to Eli. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me neither.
Like he's like leading you into a volcano, and he's like, no, this is the right way, and you're like, okay.
Yep. By the way, it's Eli's birthday today. So happy birthday, Eli. Yeah, it's Eli's birthday today. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure.
Dang.
Early December. But yeah, I'm gonna say everybody say happy birthday to him. This is probably air tomorrow, but okay, let's keep moving. Who you got?
All right. JT, Luke, Paul, Trenton. We didn't do Trenton.
Yeah, you didn't do Trenton. All right, Trenton. I got him in C tier. I think it was tough for me because some of the people had Trenton high. This person had him in B. I think Luke, Cody, you also had him in lower B. I think I don't want to put words in your mouth. I had to stay true on myself for this one, but this one's one of the ones that was very controversial. This was like a top 3 controversial. So more of a top tier follower than leader. Shows some signs of being a good leader. Has good integrity and is mostly self-aware, but sometimes has to make a mistake before seeing he is wrong. Admits mistakes. Temper is not as bad as it used to be, but it's still in there. Thinks things through and is usually right, but lacks the physical presence to draw natural respect. Voice cracks a little too much and has been known to talk really fast. Can be indecisive in certain situations. Also not giving himself the hard work, but he's good at golf. This might also give away who my source is. Thoughts on him real quick?
I respect Trenton a lot. I think he could be a great leader. I've seen him be a great leader. I think that it's just not leadership is just not one of the things like that is high on his list of characteristics. But I think he can.
He's a strong first mate.
Yeah, and like me, he's just like a soldier. Me, Dan. We're not very leadership guys, and that leads me to me.
Mm-hmm. All right,
F.
Cody, we got him down low. F tier boy. But let me tell you this: somebody was high on you. Was high on you, high, and I almost brought you way up. Sleeper pick: natural born leader, but has no clue how influential he is, and doesn't know how to capitalize on it. Does not think things through very well, and is a quick, decisive decision maker. But it's only right about 50% of the time. So you're quick, but you're not right much. Doesn't do well under pressure and yells a lot. Definitely doesn't give himself the hard work, but does work hard. Loyal to a fault, and this makes him a great follower and someone you definitely want on your team. But he's been known to both excel and hurt morale of teams. Also complains too much. Not going to go through the door first. Another thing about Eli is he's going to lead the way, though. You know what I'm saying? I got to go back to him for a minute because Rangers lead the way. He jumped first. You got to give him credit for that.
Yeah.
So.
Me, I'm watching.
Yeah, but I do think that one of the big Cody's very loyal. Very loyal. Like if you want those people, the core people on your team, you want them to be loyal. That's the number one trait. And Cody's loyal, so we'll say that's definitely true.
Not your leader, but I will be there for you to the end.
And then me, I think I'm also a controversial a pick. I'm obviously biased. So I got this person had me in B tier. Cody,
I had you high.
you had me in. Was it? Do you remember what you had me at?
Originally, I had you lower, but then I did the point system, and I had you actually really high.
Yeah, you. Let me go to you real quick. I just don't know why we're still here.
I had you 23 out of 25.
Yes. Okay, you had me in A tier. This other person had me in B tier. I put myself in A tier. I put myself at the bottom though, of A. So I'll let you talk. I'll talk about me, and then I'll read what this person said. Just try to make it quick.
I think that you always pick up the slack when it comes to like a group not figuring things out. You're like, all right, let me take the reins, and you take the reins whether you want to or not. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But even if you don't want to do it, you take the reins on it. You motivate groups. You're a huge motivator. You have a natural aura about you, similar to JT's. It's not as blue, but it's like a hot red, and you're attracted to it, and you want to be part of your presence. You do an amazing job at leading, in my opinion.
All right. This is what this person said. Fast, instinctive decision maker, not afraid to make the tough call, not overly concerned with how others feel about his decision, and sticks to his guns. Doesn't always make the right call, or most right call. Natural leader and will voice his opinions openly. Sees through most bullshit. Usually brings facts to support. Does well under pressure, but would usually not pick himself to do the hard work. Can be too much of a friend, causing others to not see him as a leader. Complains in bad situations that can lower morale. Fun guy. The potential is there. I think that's accurate. Last thing I want to do is I want to tweak these a little bit. I had an order with them based off the numbers. So I actually had Luke as the number 1. I know that's a little controversial. I had me as the number 2 and JT Boy as the number 3. And then I had Paul Upper. I had, let's see. Hold on. I actually had Wirt. And then I had I actually had Wirt, JM, Sean. Now, again, very small difference between these people. Trenton, I had Dan Cole, and then I had Colbert. Good. Okay. There it is. There's your list right there. Screenshot it. I'm sorry this took fucking 30 minutes. Did not execute well time-wise. We're going to get that back for next time. Let me know what y'all think. Peace.
We've had some really oh,
Okay, yeah,
we good?
Yeah.
Wow. We've had some really good shows from Jared, but I think that one takes the cake. Like, no, not biased at all.
Yeah.
But that was probably the best one I've seen. It was just concise. The list, I couldn't challenge a single one. Like, I thought everything was perfect.
Yeah.
No, bro, that was a good show. I probably put myself in B tier. No chance. Hey, who was that heading into any volleyball finals?
I don't know where
Oh, it's definitely Wirt.
No, I think you said Jared.
Wirt is like that big time.
There we go.
Jared heading into any
volleyball finals. Hey guys, seems way better than us. No chance we're gonna win. Hey, look, sometimes that your team needs to hear that.
Yeah,
too.
that's Jared's strategy right there.
Yeah.
He's like trying to break you down.
Yeah, I don't know how much it works. I don't know his.
Yeah, all right, they win some championships. I don't know. But yeah. Oh, we do want to shout out Eli. Birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday, Eli.
He's a big part of the show.
Avid listener.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's definitely our biggest listener.
Yeah.
But he's a big part of the show. We miss him. We loved him being a part of the league. We hate that he kicked himself out.
Yeah.
Maybe one day a spot will come open and you'll be in the running for it.
Yeah, he needs to like co-manage a team. Like he needs to be like an owner's owner.
You know how somebody assassinated that guy from United, whatever.
The healthcare.
Eli's gonna assassinate one of the members to open up a spot.
That'd be crazy.
Like, anyways,
That'd be crazy.
that would be wild. That I could see.
Strange pop culture reference there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Well,
Pop
good
culture.
show.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Week 14, yeah, crazy. Season's
week 14.
ending. Good luck to everybody but Cole, Jared, JT.
Thought I didn't get. Yeah.
All right.
Good luck. Yeah. Again, I don't really care. Everybody wins. I don't. But it'll be good.
Yeah.
It'll be good week. And we'll head into playoffs. Oh, real quick, we're gonna keep this going through playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna try to maybe put some polls on here, who we think's winning, like best chances, stuff like that. We'll still try to do some tier lists. We'll have to talk to Jared and Cody and company about that.
Yep.
And then we're gearing up.
We've already started plans.
We're
for
gearing up for an end of year
extravaganza.
like
Probably an hour-long pod.
big show, just like
music, dancing.
Yeah. I called Lizzo.
Maybe.
I can't even. Yeah, Lizzo might make an appearance. If not, we'll just get like, Dan's mom or something. All right. See ya.